Hello? Yeah, okay. Working. Always this awkward silence at the beginning. Hello, Lambda Delta YT. The YT stands for YouTube, by the way. Not like it's not like it means YT as in I'm a white person or something. I only noticed after I named myself that it could be misinterpreted. There's worse cases of this though, like very much worse. I could just called myself like Lambda Delta Blackie or something, which I guess could like that's I don't know. More people misconstruing that one than the other. We left off in Disco Elysium doing what exactly? I honestly can't remember. Was this something I set out to do? White starting with a Y? Yeah, as in YT. YT, you know? A YT. Is that like a little bit too obscure? I got a new shirt. I need to sync the signs with Noid. And I need to make Van Eyck's Jam hardcore. Oh, yes, we got the tape. Find the tape. Repair the broken bundle and find it. Yeah, I think like that's it, isn't it? I can just open my map. Not fast travel from here, apparently. Are there specific places I can fast travel from? No. A sewer grate, a gateway to the river of filth. Okay. Now we can fast travel. You need to ask Lena and Whirling for a rundown on the world. In a second. First we're gonna like do the tape stuff. I miss Egghead. See ya, Kim. In here I can be whoever I want because Kim's not with me. Noid, are we? No, okay. We're not synced yet.
The long-headed youth has closed his eyes, lost in the music. Sensing you, he opens them.
Welcome to Rattleshaw. Yeah!
I love how that's how he greets people now. I made a true fascist out of him. I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up Ike's jam and I give him the fixed Hawthorne tree tape. What's even on it? Don't I want to listen to it first?
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
His voice booms through the church as he takes the tape and attaches it to the empty rail slot. Clicks a switch, the tape starts spinning.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
No, actually I found it tangled up in a Hawthorne tree.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Show? Or like, is it called showing when you make someone listen? Yeah, okay, I'm ready, whatever. Perfect time to subscribe as well. Very good. It's not necessarily more bass.
The signs matched perfectly.
It's not more... Didn't he want more... Well, whatever. Also, the game's now eerily silent.
Now, if only we had the beat for
Here we
full
go.
assault, it would be unbelievably hyper.
Hyper!
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on some famous original piece, like a folk song.
Ooh.
Something local. Seems you found an initial part with the main melody.
Is it the smallest church in Sancerre?
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
He nods to his friend behind the turntables.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key.
Wow. We're all appreciating Egghead here. Like, Egghead is... Maybe he should be our leader.
Something mysterious is going on here.
Maybe Arno van Eyck lives around here and just threw a part of his song away because he thought it was shit. Andre's God, it sounds like a local song remix. Groove Noid, it's just luck and Egghead's incredible. No, maybe he's living here.
Be how it's made. up the volume.
He pumps his fist in the air.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Andre looks back at you.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
You said it needs
Okay.
more bass.
good, good, very good game. You're coming full circle now.
You can't just leave it without a bass track.
Honestly, nothing springs to my mind right now, but I'll see if I can come up with a solution down the lane. Proceed. Oh, I think it's good enough the way it is. Adding that melody has already been a massive improvement. It's pretty hardcore now. No, we're gonna continue with this quest. I want to make this the best track Egghead can pump his fist to.
Yo, the warrior of dance music.
I am.
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
It needs to be ultra hardcore though.
But it could be hyper.
Yeah.
Hyper.
Hyper hardcore even. Okay, goodbye Egghead. We're thinking.
Of birth generator.
Thinking about that date of birth.
You were born in the year 07. In the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years
I'm not
old.
44.
The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
Do I though? Learning cap for logic raised to 4. We needed that. There was something that I needed logic for. -1 difficulty to all physique passives. -1 difficulty is good, right? That's like one less dice roll. Like one less I need to roll on the dice. This is pretty good. We've also unlocked the Arno van Eyck, which gives me +1 interface even while I think about it. The question won't leave you. Why did the melody line from a broken and discarded tape fit perfectly into a song played by some speed freaks in a frozen tent? Can it be a coincidence? There are no coincidences. Maybe it's the hand of the man-machine himself in his attempt to craft a perfect song. Maybe Egghead is actually Arno van Eyck in disguise? Egg? Only 50 minutes to think about this. Might get this one. I don't know what we're gonna forget for it though. To be honest, I haven't really gotten like much out of the Gemrock Shuffle. But it could just be that I didn't notice. How many locked containers have I even found? Might forget this one. And do we really need this? Do we really need some kind of superstar? Like these two I might forget. And there's also this, which I only keep for role-playing's sake. Which doesn't really make sense because it makes me hurt myself whenever I do something I want to do. The Lonesome Long Way Home also doesn't really help me much. So this one and these two I might forget. I like the fort system way more than this skill system, to be honest. It really takes like a... whatchamacallit? A step back. It seems really boring to just level these up one by one. If you can have these very interesting spins on certain things, which give you several either bonuses or malices. So, yeah. Anti-object task force isn't yet useful either. Yeah, it would be useful if I was capped. But considering that I can pump them up like this or like from that, like +1 pain threshold. Well, yeah, I don't know. Okay. What was the what was the logic check? I guess I can just... Is that not a logic check? The wide envelope. But I need to invest in it first. I cannot even do this anymore. The Hanged Man is gone. Why is this still a thing? Okay, the white envelope. Kim has a logic check. And Andre has another logic check. I thought there would be more. I guess. Help Egghead with the beat. This may take a while. Okay, we can't do this today, then I guess. This one is not done yet. Put a piece together the felt mural. Look for Ruby. Keep searching the coast. Turn back the wheels of time. Ask the local traditionalists if anyone knows how to turn back time. Return to Measurehead. Oh yeah, we need to talk to the other races. One of which is gonna be... Can I not fast travel from here? One of which is gonna be the lorry driver. My letter? It does regrettably show checks that may not be available. One of a few bugs. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's more like overlooked. Lorry man, we need to talk. What's important things?
Hello, compatriot. You have something to discuss?
I'm trying to turn back time. Can you help me, brother?
This again? Really?
Lieutenant looks frustrated. Come on, Kim, just step out for a bit if you don't like it.
My friend, I don't know what you're after, but I have to tell you, there's no turning back time.
Is this quest all about accepting that the world is changing and you can't bring back fascism? It breaks my heart, man. It breaks my fucking heart.
I've seen the demographic reports. I know what our experts say. Our greatest days as a people are behind us, and we're not going back.
I'm not racist, I swear. I just like watching London. Yeah, I'm not racist either, I swear. Measurehead was right. Haplogroup B4's time is over. What about the ancient fascist magic? We have magic?
Trust me, brother. I've done the research. Fascist magic just ain't true.
Shit. I'm not gonna give Measurehead, like... I'm not gonna tell him that Measurehead is right. Haplogroup B4's time to rise will come again in the future. What am I supposed to do then?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
People think you and me got it so easy, but the reality is it's fucking hard to be a regular guy these days.
It really is. It really fucking is. Jesus Christ, if it was any harder, I think I'd... You know?
The rumbling in your stomach says there's something not quite right with this one.
Well, what's wrong with him?
You know, I get funny looks from people all the time. I know they're looking at my gut. I can see that. Big fucking deal. A guy put on a little weight. Who cares?
It happens very quickly.
Alert. We detect major body image disturbance.
Oh, does he have body dysmorphia?
He's really got himself worked up now. Dangerous stores of pent-up emotion there.
It's good. If he can let it out to someone, it's good. It's very good. He might need that.
He grinds a cigarette butt into the pavement and quickly lights another.
Oh, we can try this red check. Closet Yamdal fanboy. Who, him or me? Why would this give me a minus? Ask you again, can you help me turn back time? What's really going on with this guy? I mean, I can think about it. It doesn't hurt to think.
Did you not hear what he said? There's a culture war raging out there, and this unlikely hero might be our last, best chance. That's all this is about.
That's not what he said, though. You're misconstruing it very much. I don't see a culture war, though. Jesus Christ, are you blind? Obviously, there's like a culture war 20 meters from here with the strikers and the Union and Wild Pines. Like, that's one culture war as well, I think. I must steel myself.
That's right. Guns and swords are the only things that will protect you from youth culture and demographic change.
I think there was something
You're
else.
still with us, brother. You're standing there like a glue sniffer.
Oh, sorry, it happens. Do you have any glue with you, though? Ask you again, brother. Can you help me turn back time?
Time, yeah? Listen, man. Do you even understand how hard we've got it? How completely stacked the whole rotten deck is against people like you and me?
Takes a furious drag of a cigarette. That's a class war, completely different thing. I think it's also a culture war. Like, talking to Joyce and talking to Evra, it seems like these people come from... I don't know how different... Okay, level with me here, because I don't know much about the law of this world because I failed all the checks, apparently. How big of a scale are we talking with the different nations and places? Is this like the city in the Project Moon universe, where every district is like its own culture, pretty much? Or is this all like a smaller scale and I just don't know it? Because if it's like smaller scale and it's all pretty much people inhabiting the same city or part of this country or whatever, then yes, it's not really that much of a culture war. But it really feels like Joyce is coming from a different world, not just class-wise, but also culture-wise. It is a capital of a former superpower. Now, what exactly is the capital of the former superpower? I think I'm misunderstanding. Like, there's Martinez, there's Revachol, there's like a Jamrock. There's so many places mentioned. I don't really think I know where we are right now. I aren't even close. Who? Okay. Occupied by foreign powers. The foreign powers is not the IMDb. What are they called? The moral intern. Martinez and Jamrock are districts of the city of Revachol. We're currently in Martinez. Is that right? Okay. So it would be like I have no idea. Let's go with New York. We're in New York. And we're currently in Brooklyn instead of... Is there another district in New York? I don't know, actually. Why did I go with New York? I thought it would be like an example people could help me with, I think. Also kind of funny because New York is in America and America is occupied by foreign powers as well. Time Lorry Man, can you reverse it?
The lorry man looks at you like he can't decide whether he wants to smash something or break down in tears. The silence is heavy and uncomfortable.
No, I can't help you. And I'll tell you why. 'Cause there's no point, you hear me? Unless you believe in ancient fascist magic like some wannabe magus.
Magus or mages?
Actually, it's called extraphysics, and you don't need to be a magus to access it.
Magus, or mages? What's the correct pronunciation? I'm getting too powerful. I need to be careful. Like, my levels are off the charts.
The lieutenant doesn't utter a word, but his face says, "I told you so."
Don't you do that, Kim. Don't.
This fool is a colossal waste of time. There's no Kingsman inside him, just self-loathing and entitlement. Let's keep searching.
Right, I'm going. I need more fascists. I need more fascist people. Also, someone said talk to Lena earlier. I don't know why. Actually, before we talk to Lena, we're gonna, like, apparently I was close to the last trap when I was here. Where? Where though? Where's the trap? The trap Moral just set up at the cryptozoologist camp. That was somewhere behind the Felt Mirror building there, wasn't it? Oh, what's that? Slit in the concrete here. A sewer?
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit.
I love
The
slits.
structure goes deep under the earth.
Kim, any idea what's down there?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Do you think we might find Ruby down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But not in there?
I hope not.
It's like he's talking to a child. What is in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
I yell, ho! Into the slit, which is like, that's poetry.
There's no echo and no answer.
Okay, I finished thinking. Now that was useful. Oh, what's that? Beams are splintered. The bridge didn't collapse on its own. Artillery broke it. And that's the trap they just set up. set up 2 days ago or
This is the
something.
last of the traps.
Look around.
The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. It's good the cryptozoologists left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
I reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
There's a penis! I look closer.
No locust.
I immediately yell, it's empty! No, I look closer still, actually.
The bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. What if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out? Probably wasn't a phasmid, but still Morel needs to know. They still need to know. The crypto research has been stupid. I do get the feeling it's something or someone might have messed with the trap, which is like the perception side answer I can give, right? So
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
alright, what if it was the phasmid though?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
What if it's my hobby?
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow, the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you try to ask again?
Ask what? I look around. No, I don't. It just keeps pointing me to the filled building. The game is desperately trying to get me to solve the Ruby quest because it thinks I'm dense. I guess we can now return to as soon as we can fast travel. Is Moral in the Whirling Rags now? Should be, right? Kim wants to be a little hater. I don't like them haters. Hello, hi, Lightning Hand. Hi, you missed quite some good stuff already. Oh, there he is. There's also Gary. Gary, if we could turn back time, what would you do?
Boy, am I ever so grateful to you, officer. But I'm not the only one who wants to thank you.
Nods towards Lena. I'll talk to her. Hey, Lena. Brought back your husband.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now. I hope she doesn't interpret this as insulting. Like, either this or it was a truly epic long-distance trek. I was just on my way while I was working. I'm just doing... No, I'm also a cryptozoologist now.
I knew it.
You hear Kim say quietly to himself.
In that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude.
Yes!
It's a tie, Mesk in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
Can I wear this as a fascist? Or I can, right? Because it's cultural appropriation.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
Wow, I'd really like to hear more about cryptids.
You know, to hell with it. Let's have more cryptids.
Of course, officers. Is there a particular cryptid you two are interested in learning about?
Is this bird a cryptid? And I pointed to the tie she gave me.
No. It's the cryptid.
Wow. The cryptid?
Oh, yes.
The small silvery skull shines between your fingers. It's big sharp. Okay, what is this bird?
The 8-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until
what? Until you found a skull and made a tie out of it?
Mutation. All of evolution is a mutation.
Yeah, I guess.
until It was sighted by renowned Gottwaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
I need to hear about this sighting.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm.
What happened?
Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost, without any navigation equipment, and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan. Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the Teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
Eat the bird. Uwe. It's the only way to survive.
He was following?
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the Teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to rest. Can you really drink blood in order not to die of thirst? Is blood made out of enough? Like, what do you need in water, actually? Like, what can you drink and not die of dehydration? Like, what is needed in water to make it water to hydrate you? Is this a dumb question? Or it's just like a very smart one? I honestly can't tell. Could I just... H2O. I need H2O because my body is made out of it, right? So how much H2O is in blood? The Army and Marines, they drink blood? What is needed in water to make it hydrate you? If you put it like that, you make me sound retarded, okay? Any liquid without salt or outright poison works. Is water the base for any liquid? Could I drink literal pus? Oh, okay, what's the weirdest thing I could drink and still hydrate myself? And don't say piss or cum, okay? Because I've thought about that before. I guess blood. Blood is pretty weird. What is the weirdest liquid I can think of? Can't you just liquefy anything? Isn't that like chemistry? Can you just turn anything into a liquid? If you heat it up high enough? Or some stuff will straight vaporize, right? What do you mean you thought about it? Don't ask. I mean... It's obvious, right? It's obvious. Oh, what can I drink in order to survive? Piss in my mouth. Like, anyone has thought this before, right? Shit, I can't... Like, shit is not drinking. Piss is okay. Now you're asking dumb questions. Why am I asking dumb questions now? Sublimate. That's the term when it straight goes into gaseous form, or is this the term where it goes into, like, liquid form? You can get liquid carbon dioxide. It takes effort and also some finitling with the pressure in addition to lower temperatures. Again, like, what is the weirdest thing you can come up with I could drink and still not die? It is a pretty broad term when ML says anything without outright poison, because obviously you can poison your body with many things. I can't just drink like sunscreen or something, right? Even if it's water-based. I can't just drink it because it will make me shit and puke my guts out, which will in turn make me lose more water, right? I will not even begin to explain it, otherwise I would need to explain the most basics of chemistry. What do you mean? A cactus blood has salt? The cactus probably better. Blood has salt? Well, mine maybe. Maybe mine, depending on which game I play. Yeah. You can drink mercury and don't die. I was thinking about mercury earlier and I thought, don't mention that. They're going to call me retarded again. What do you mean you can drink mercury and don't die? Don't you turn like blue like a Smurf and die after a while? If you drink too much of it?
It won't satisfy you first, of course. Sunscreen is not water-based. A sunscreen can be water-based. What are you talking about? There's like gels, and gels are always water-based. Wait, is there like sunscreen gel? That might be like après sun. Okay, that might be like after sun stuff. But there's like gels as in like face cream and stuff. That's what I mean. Like sunscreen just popped into my head because it was sunny today. Okay. There's a lot of things which are on a water basis pretty much when it comes to cosmetics as well. Could I drink oil? How much water is in oil? Like seed oil or something? No. Lipids are not water. Okay, there is none. Okay. Alright, so I was thinking... Okay, I didn't think there was. That's why I was asking. So oil is a no. Don't drink oil if you're thirsty. None of you have answered what the weirdest thing it is I could drink, other than mercury, I guess. There's none. Commune. I'm not gonna come on the moon. Anyway, we continue Lena's story.
The professor climbed up there with
Drink a
rock
cactus.
in his hand.
Cactus.
He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist.
It's like asking if all sturdy things are made of stone. All sturdy things are made of stone. Thank you very much.
Then the Tetatorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird.
What the fuck is a pitcher plant? You can drink liquid hydrogen once. Well, if you can only drink it once, I guess this is the weirdest thing you could ever drink, Admiral Fang. You win. You win this.
The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uva spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
Okay, hold on. How did he survive to tell the story? Or an eight-eyed mind-controlling bird? Fuck yes. Come on or no way. I'm tempted to go fuck yes, but first I want to know how he survived doing this tiptoeing 3 days. Also, is that mind control? Because the same happens to me when I approach a woman. You know? How did he survive to tell the story?
The 8-eyed Tetatorn was indifferent to him, as long as he didn't get closer than 2 steps. It even let him feed on some carcasses up there, and the 2 unfertilized eggs it left behind.
How did he know they were unfertilized? Alright. Fuck yes.
Absolutely, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrao is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
Do you think there's many animals out there that are still unknown to us? Like somewhere in the desert or something? How often do we find new species in the rainforest and stuff? Like that's where we find them, right? Sometimes we find them and we immediately realize they're almost extinct. Is that because we don't find a lot of them that we think that actually, or regularly? Like how regularly is speaking? Like once a day, or like once a month, or is there like a statistic for that? Is there like a Wikipedia article that tells us about the latest newest found species? Can we sort this by continent as well? Like, can I find a new species in Germany? Like, how do I even know it's new? How can I tell that no one else has found it before? Or Where are they cataloged? Is there like a catalog of species? I don't think much is left to discover. I think there's much to discover in the ocean, right? Because that shit is scary and dark. We don't really go down there. And there might be animals, like worms or bugs or something, living so far under the ground that we haven't found them yet. Or is it so inhabitable? Is that the word? That there's nothing living down there. Usually weird insects in the jungle somewhere on the ocean, yeah. A new species of snake was discovered, shown by native tribe members in the Amazon to a researcher, at which point some random ass outsider went and shot it. That was quite recent. I like how you put discovered in like quotation marks, because obviously the native tribe knew about this animal before. It isn't like it was the first sighting. It was just the first sighting for our civilized world, I guess. There are a lot of insects that are not yet distinguished, and other species that have been confused with already known species. Isn't it great? Isn't it exciting that we're living in a world that holds so many secrets still? Secrets make things really spicy, I think.
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
God damn it, Kim. Can you sound any more sarcastic? When was the last anyone saw of it?
Sadly, yes. But there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Il Mara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Very, very hard.
Oh, I like it very, very hard.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids. So, what else do you want to know?
Emma, you were asking for me to ask a certain special one earlier. Which one was it? 4. Ask the 4. The most dangerous one? We've asked this before. I love this world. Yeah, me too, Admiral Fang. As disgustingly cruel it can be. On the previous question. Okay. The invisible one? No, we're gonna do this another time.
Of course, dear.
Oh, you mean I should ask about the world? Okay. I love it. Again, to finish my earlier thought, I love this world. As harsh as it can be. Like there's still a lot of beauty in it. And if you can't find the beauty in it, you have to make it yourself, really. You just make it all up in your head. You don't notice this about me, but actually I've lost all memory of the world and myself, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Surely things can't be that bad.
She frowns, looking you over.
You sense that she won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Things aren't bad, they're catastrophic. I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad. I'm blowing this whole thing out of proportion. Forget I said anything. No, they're catastrophic.
You know where we are, right?
I already know. Some seedy hotel. A war zone at yet? We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts.
Now.
Fucking finally? I deliberately avoided this question because I didn't want to make people think that I'm some kind of nut job, okay? She tilts her head as she looks up at you with maternal solicitude.
We are alive in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Okay, yes, I need that, okay? It is exactly what I asked for earlier. Where the fuck are we? Honestly, I don't really know anything about Revachol.
Oh my, how would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world.
Is it?
We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Are we?
I haven't seen very many other cities personally. Everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This
a shit jewel.
In the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
All I know is we're approaching the end times.
Perhaps, dear, perhaps. for now, it's just the spring of 51.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times.
I love that Inland Empire is the biggest toonie. Like, if I ever replay this game, it's gonna be max Inland Empire. As many points as I can.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin.
Is there a mod for this game to just max out all of your stats so you get all of the checks so you can just take in like all of these because these are amazing? Then again, it would break it. It would feel really weird, I guess. Like this role-playing experience, it's great, actually.
I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
The esprit de corps is like empathy, but especially for people related to the police, I guess.
Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom.
Esprit de corps is a pun because it's like esprit de corpse as well. What do you mean it's a pun? A corps is in like a corps is in like the military usage. Oh, esprit de corps. Then I don't get it.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
All right, some kind of democracy, maybe. I'd like to think it's a dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the free market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort their perception of reality, concealing our true masses. Foreigners and... I have something to hear myself. And women. Cop, we are living under the cop regime. No.
Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
That's what they like you to think, to keep the common woman down. I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed. If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
Really?
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
What did I do?
You didn't do very well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
I don't really care about the revolution. Who could tell me more? And I conclude.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to Kim.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Come on, Kim, I'm lost.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Iran Joyce.
But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
She smiles up at you, but concern is creeping back into her expression. Kim is worried you will have a breakdown. I am experiencing a breakdown. I have been experiencing a breakdown for the past 4 days. It's all for now, ma'am. Morale, can I, turn in my quest now?
Possibly shower thanks on you.
as enthusiastically as my wife has. But I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He says with a friendly nod. I forgot to put on the tie.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
What the fuck is professorial, and is it different to professional? Looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who seemed to be on the run? Yeah, let's go for this one first.
I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed.
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest.
Don't be.
It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
A man's gonna eat, you know? Like, he was just looking out for himself. I think it's okay.
Thanks.
The man mutters in the distance. He doesn't dare say more. I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And?
They're all actually boys. One of them was empty. Nothing maybe. No, one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide.
Surprise, tempered with fear and trepidation. He doesn't know what to think yet. Maybe you're joking?
Yeah, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
Maybe it can phase in and out of existence. Have you ever thought about this?
That's not ideal, but...
Rubs his chin. The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow.
I definitely left that one stocked.
Indeed.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
Some amazing voice work. The detective whispers to himself. It sounded like an actual, mumbling whisper.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
You know, what is the difference between a cryptozoologist and an actual zoologist? It's only whether they found the animal they're tracking so far, right? As soon as the cryptozoologist finds this new species, is he still a cryptozoologist? Because he will have proven himself right. Is this a dumb question?
Another trip to the reeds.
His companion sighs. Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter this phasmid.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Mine stands, okay?
Whoa, dude! He misinterprets your words.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
I also did an accidental sarcasm with this one. Man, accidental sarcasms are really bad.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Are we ever gonna find out?
Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
I develop an alternative theory about the missing locusts. I don't want to break his heart. But at the same time, this could give me experience. And also, I have a very high chance of succeeding. Because I'm enthusiastic about the phasmid. And something was up with the trap. And Kuno is a hooligan, so apparently it's about Kuno.
Consider the way the
Double
entity was
sixes.
disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
I may have met a kid that's the locust stealing type. Why would Kuno steal locusts, though?
Kids, what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Well, maybe if they're little psychopaths, which I wouldn't put past Kuno. You know, a shadow of worry passes over the woman's face.
Delinquents. My favorite.
This doesn't really sound like it's really his favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us.
That should have been an
Please
empathy
let us
check.
know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
The man turns to his companions.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
The woman's voice is a little shaky suddenly.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
Looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
I'll get going. Gary? He doesn't look like his sprite at all.
Always a pleasure to see an
I mean, look at this. Even the hair color doesn't fit. Which is a shame because, I mean, they made this game from the ground up and everyone, well... Yeah, no, everyone else pretty much was, like, fitting. Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. That's me, I am the law.
I mean, officers.
Turns to Kim. Gary, do you know how to turn back time?
Do I know how to turn back time? Is that a trick question?
He asks as he gives me a sideways glance.
Are you still pursuing this?
Lieutenant gives you a tired look. Yes, this is important.
More important than our murder investigation?
Now that's a trick question, right, Gary? And I wink at him. Potentially more important than anything ever before. No, I'm gonna bond with Gary, and I wink at him.
Ugh. Yeah, I guess.
Make it quick. And the question was rhetorical, not a trick.
Remarks the lieutenant dryly and opens his notebook.
Make what quick? You're asking me about time travel. Is this some kind of a trick?
I don't joke around about time, Gary, and I stare at him intently.
Phew. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, of course there are theories out there.
He scratches his head. What kind of theories are we talking about here?
Well, there's a very interesting cryptid known as the Semper Ma, and a certain tribe of ancient kits who practice digital castigation. Though, frankly, I don't know how compelling you'll find that theory.
What the fuck is digital castigation?
And then you hear rumors that the Seolites possess technology that actually lets them move through time like it's a corridor. Back and forth, you see.
What does Seolites are like the Koreans or the Japanese or like the Asians of this? Like, is he a Seolite? Kim is a Seolite, right? What is digital castigation?
Well, essentially it's a grief ritual practiced by certain ancient Seminese tribes. Traditionally, after the death of a village leader, the bereaved are supposed to cut off a segment of their own fingers. What makes it really disturbing is the fact that they bite off bits of their children's fingers too. Even babies. Imagine that.
And what does this have to do with time travel again?
Yes, imagine it. Agonizing pain.
What does any of this have to do with turning back time, Gary?
I'm getting there. See, the practice is derived from Seminese finger counting. Each segment of the finger represents 1 hour, so they count up to 12 with one hand, disregarding the thumb, of course.
Is that an actual thing people do? Counting with the finger segments rather than the fingers?
By removing one segment from their fingers, they remove the corresponding hour from their life. That's what they believe, anyway.
But that's not what happens. The days don't get shorter. I could bite off all of my fingers. The days don't get shorter. You're saying if I cut off both my hands, I can go back to yesterday?
No. There's a discrepancy between how these Seminese tribes count and how they tell time. As I explained, they count up to 12 on their fingers, but they divide the day into 15 parts. But that's a whole other discussion.
This wouldn't help me even if it was remotely believable. Gary, you owe me at least a finger or two for all my time you've wasted. I don't want to give him a hard time like that. I have to keep looking.
Listen, there's no problem, officer. There's still the Semper Mar to consider, as well as this advanced zeolite technology.
Okay, tell me about the Semper Ma.
Cryptids, actually. It's a so-called colonial animal, presenting as a large singular body when in actuality, it's a congregation of tiny organisms working in unison.
That's interesting.
It's found in the subtropical jungles of Sumatra. Extremely difficult to spot as it appears to the untrained eye like common mud. It's thought to be impossible to catch and very dangerous.
We spent an hour on this conversation alone. We spent an hour on me doing nothing in this game, like an actual hour. Wait, it looks like mud.
Yes, it blends in with the jungle floor. Unsurprisingly, it's become the subject of many local myths. Some have even described it as an angry forest spirit or a manifestation of the forest itself.
How dangerous is it?
I once heard a story about a whole village disappearing overnight without a trace. Can you imagine that? Just a large patch of mud where the settlement was.
Shakes his head. Yes! Vividly. Or I could scoff. I've seen the sky cry blood while everything turns to vapor. I think I can manage, Gary. Yeah, okay, let's go with this one. It's pretty cool.
That's also horrible. I mean in a much grander scale. Exactly what happened to that village? Whole area is completely abandoned now. Locals won't even go near it. They swear the mud writhes and occasionally grows strange shapes.
Was it just a landslide or something? Terrifying.
It gets even scarier. You see, the Semper Ma has also evolved a curious defensive mechanism. When threatened, it has the ability to revert back to an earlier stage in its own life cycle. It may even be able to do this continually, ad infinitum.
So, scary sentient mud is also immortal? That's good news.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. It's believed that the mechanism by which the Semper Ma reverts actually reverses the flow of time itself by about 4.5 seconds.
Okay, I'm convinced. What's our next step?
Well, first we'd need to secure funding for an expedition, then assemble a team, gather supplies. There's probably a million other little things. But with the resources of the RCM behind you, it could be feasible.
It would take forever, isn't it? Just a pill I could take. What else have we got?
Listen, officer, I know it sounds like quite the task, but the potential, it just can't be denied.
We just need to keep threatening this thing in order to turn back time. But then stop at the right moment.
And personally, it seems easier than, say, accessing deep secret seal-like technology. But to each his own.
You really think the Zeolites can really move through time?
Well, how else did they get so far ahead of everyone in the tech race?
His eyes instinctively dart to the lieutenant before he continues sotto voce, whatever that means. Yeah, how did you guys get so far ahead? And I turned to the lieutenant, and he has told me before that he's... I don't know if he told me that he hasn't been there, but he has definitely told me that he grew up here in Revachol, and he's only like a halfling or something. Working longer and harder than everyone else, funneling a large percentage of the country's budget to research, by all joining in solidarity, everyone doing their part to keep the machine moving. Isolation, obviously, keeping zeal for Zeolites, very motivating. I can't choose this! I can't, it will literally kill me if I choose this dialogue option. I'm gonna forget. Like, is there any repercussion for if I forget the fascist thingy that keeps killing me? Because I've spent like 20 morale on this now, and it has not paid off whatsoever. I don't need it for this quest, right? I can't just forget the Revacholian nationhood. Actually, creatures that don't have a mechanism for aging, so those animals can't die from old age. Some turtles, I think. You mean like the cells regenerate infinitely? Is that the mechanism for aging? Okay. More research then. If I can't choose this one, more research.
Absolutely. That definitely helps. But that alone, I don't buy it.
What's the secret?
Isn't it obvious? Someone's been feeding them a little trickle of tech down from someplace no one else can reach.
From the future, or do you mean like alien tech?
Exactly, officer. The Sealites are helping themselves from the future. And every little incremental improvement they receive in the present has major ripples all along the timeline.
This doesn't like this is an age-old paradox, right? It's like, who did this? I don't know. Someone. Was it? I think it was wheelchair pedophile. What's his name again? Wheelchair pedophile. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking said that, oh, if anyone... Can I do the thing? Is that like... Is that insulting? Well, he's fucking dead, isn't he? If anyone can invent a time machine, I would want him to come meet me at X time and place. That's what he said, right? Or is that like an anecdote that's not true? I don't know. But it's true, right? The point somewhat still stands. If we ever, in any point in the future, would invent a time machine, we could just go back to the past to share the knowledge and the tech of a time machine with the past, which defeats the entire purpose. So by us not having a time machine right now, basically means that either time is not all happening at the same time, pretty much. Like we're at one point in time and can only move further. The future is not set in stone yet. Or in the entire history of like existence, which spans into infinite future, no one will be able to come up with a time machine, right? I'd like to think it's the first one. I'd like to think that we are moving through time and the future's not written yet. The future's not like set yet. We are in the furthest point in time right at this very second, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. You know what I mean? It's like riding a train through the universe. Is there a name for this concept that I'm trying to describe here? Played a game before Vision Quests were introduced, so I don't know. What the fuck is it? The Vision Quests are like the stuff, the political stuff. Okay. Writers were speculating about it for a century. Yeah.
That creates a loop, right?
Yeah.
The more advanced tech they send here, the more advanced they become in the future. Which means that by smuggling ever more advanced tech down to the past, I'm sure you can see where this is heading.
Wait, so how did they start the loop in the first place? We have already lost. Look at my clenched fist, which is again a fascist option, I think. Yes, that's the only explanation that makes sense. Gary, that's insane. You are an insane man. Sick in the head. And I point at my head. You lost me there with the loop. How did they start the loop in the first place?
Now that is a paradox.
Yeah, the one I've just talked about. He smiles an all-knowing smile, like he just explained everything. Yeah, so any explanation makes sense.
I'm telling you, the truth can't be contained. People are starting to wake up and take notice.
You mean people are noticing?
Unfortunately, I suppose this still doesn't help you manipulate time personally. Sorry about that.
He shrugs. Gary, none of these sound like realistic options.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I got all my information straight from Truth Hunt. If you can't believe a radio program called Truth Hunt, who can you believe?
InfoWars?
This guy has proved to be a dead end.
God damn it!
A dissatisfied growl in your abdomen. But the hard endure, and the true Kingsman keeps searching. Violence, brother. The night is darkest before the dawn.
I guess it is. Thank you for your cooperation. Gonna fucking save. Because I'm so close to killing myself with any dialogue. Find out the real reason why the trap was empty. Local kids might know. Okay. You have no idea where you are. Lena encouraged you to ask others to explain the world to you in greater detail. Perhaps try a rich person. Rich people are educated. You know what? I'm tempted to just continue on with like Ruby. I'm not really. I don't really want to just dabble in too many of these side quests. I think I don't want to do all of these side quests because that would make replaying the game almost boring. Hey, Kuno. Hey, you know anything about locusts?
Okay?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts, actually?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about books.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
The little one seems distraught.
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
What's this about? Hold on, no one is lame here. Just tell me what happened.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
Okay, I'm off, Kuno.
Kuno doesn't fucking...
I know. Off I go. There we are. There are the locusts. It's crawling with them. Why the fuck did he bring the locusts into his shack? What's fucking wrong with him? I can't even interact with it. Can I confront him on it, though? You should talk to Joyce at least. Alright, okay.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't...
This has changed nothing? Okay, maybe we can talk to Kuno S about it? I don't know.
I'll die before I see.
Alright, fuck off. Fuck off, Kuno S. If I could shoot you again, I would do so. Like, sadly, it was a red check. Alright, we're going to Joyce. Choice? I make the choice to go to Joyce. The choice. We'll ask about the world. See if we can learn anything. And then we'll fucking find... No, then we'll do the Suna quest. And then we'll find Ruby.
Good. What can I help you with?
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
She pulls the hood closer around her neck. It's related to the medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality. No time to explain. Just give me the lowdown. Yeah, just give me the lowdown.
No, but please. A little context. We're not in such a hurry.
What? You do realize I'm on an official murder investigation? It's related to the medical episode.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
She puts down her thermal cup and looks at me.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
All of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
She takes a long sip of tea, just like me. I'm currently taking a sip of my iced tea.
All right, you're in. Begin with the first one. You'll appear worldly.
That's an interesting one. There's an esprit de corps check that I can do. What is, and I think of something close to me, which I have many bonuses for. Whereas the conceptualization one is like impossible for me to beat. So we're gonna do this first. What is, and I think of something close to me. What is the RCM, I guess?
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs. Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass.
What a name.
To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again.
It's like a Shivers moment, but esprit de corps still. Also, how did they know that I'm Tequila Sunset?
We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
She says energetically. The Revachol Citizens Militia?
Preciso mundo.
Good, and what is it?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Are we?
We are.
You said de facto?
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
And looks up from his notes. I'm basically a lackey of capital, a thrall to foreign interest. I can't go with the fascist answers! I should have bought some magnesium! Basically one of the good guys. Basically going to avoid the subject and ask the next questions. I'm a lackey of capital. I'm one of the good guys because I don't want to be a lackey of capital.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
I need like a 2-hour law analysis rundown video on like the world of Disco Elysium, I think.
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
If you spoke to the Sunday friend, you'd probably get a bit more of an idea of this shit of politics. Well, I don't really care about like a politician's opinion though.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am. Because she basically admitted that I am the law.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
She bows and smiles. I'm not sure my like amnesia episode was really brought about by drinking, considering that apparently I've been drinking for the past 20 years. Something else must have happened with me that has just erased everything and put me back on like a blank slate. Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
What is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol.
Revachol.
A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. North of the 881 and Jamrock.
She looks around, her green raincoat flapping in the wind.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say.
Pardon me.
Even. Shelled to smithereens during the revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
You don't want it. Law is so boring. You would rather benefit from not taking a sip of strong drink. Are you... Lightning Head, are you role-playing as electrochemistry? Tell me more about Martinez. Nah, you mentioned the sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea. It's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Wait, Revachol is an island?
Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
What is the name of this island?
Caillou.
Oh,
as you
okay.
already know.
No, I don't.
Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea. Misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch. The Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's a Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond patriotism. A fact.
Well, how can we make Revachol great again?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Who built the city?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Semenine and Il Marat, depending on your creed.
When?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history again?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people.
That's a huge
In the
island.
middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're in an unimportant part of an important place. Yeah, that seems to sum it up quite nicely. Pretty much the center of the world. We're in the periphery, basically. No, we're in an unimportant part of an important place.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about...
Points across the water where the skyscrapers
A
rise.
collection of tall ghosts behind the water vapor. Light reflecting off their glass windows.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
We're really close to an important place then. Look to the sea.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time.
Because I am.
There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Where are
We
we?
are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
You watch so closely as you scan the horizon.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
J'aimez-vous.
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Are you running out of patience, Kim?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
But won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now?
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far, and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
So do I want to continue with this or not? Cockblock by Kim. Should ignore Kim. You should definitely do it all now. Oh, lore stream? Really, guys? What is this? And I spread my hands.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
I keep guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
Oh, what, really?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I mean, what is this place here?
This place is an unmarked micro-settlement on the coast of Martinez.
Stop the conversations, then start it again.
It's lovely, really. I'm thinking of buying it.
Really?
Actually, yes. The thought did cross my mind when Mademoiselle Lillian over there told me about the fresh produce these women sell to restaurants on the Delta.
So she's so filthy rich she can just outright buy an entire, like, a village that has propped itself up so far?
You both turn to consider the young woman. She's hunched over a net, methodically picking out ribbons of plastic.
This place could use a competent manager. There's so much to be done. But then I'll never get round to it, will I? Doubtless I'll be off someplace keeping social classes from each other's throats. Let's go back to the basics of reality, shall we?
It's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Bye. I finished thinking. That's a good one. Apparently this one is not voiced. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house, sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. 20% sumo distance. Orbotoric's learning caps raised by 1. No way. Oh. The game actually breaks up here. Look at this shit. You didn't think I would sumo this far. I'm a sumo now, baby. I'm gonna quick save. I'm so close to leveling up. I need to level up to forget about the Revacholian nationhood, please. Keep asking Joyce questions about reality or return later. She'll be here whenever you need the info. Oh, wrong button. I wanted to save the game again properly. If you still think that she's just a negotiator, then well, what do you mean if I still think she's just a negotiator? Like she's working for some kind of corporation. I don't know what the fuck is going on with her, really.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
She pats a wet raincoat.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Oh, maybe she's gonna give me one. I could use a coat like that. The rain is freezing.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
I swear Lambda is dead on and dead off everything at the same time. That's my idiot savoir trait at work. You really need jamais-vous. Okay. You need to embrace it and drink alcohol. Surely nationhood is awesome. I've got some more questions.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day.
What do you...
Ask me anything.
What do you...
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
She smiles. She doesn't want to tell me about herself. What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Puts a finger to her lips and points at me. Too late for what?
For the big time.
Eyes light up, there's a flash of teeth.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
You've got a predatory streak?
All men are predators, dear. Nothing much to be done about that. It's all a matter of where you get to file your teeth.
What's the big time?
The revolution.
She says. Huh, and what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next. Who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question.
She smiles mischievously.
The revolution began in 02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
Who started it?
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
What did the Saraf do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
No way.
Indeed. Zarat is a highly infectious
What?
microorganism that destroyed brain
What?
tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Guys, I think I might be sick. Where did it spread from here?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in 08, and the Coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
What came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
She spreads her arms, raincoat flapping in the wind.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
Our lives are very different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
Yeah, it's an incredible coincidence. Oh no, there are no coincidences. What is the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia. The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
What happened in the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication. Telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
It's been like this for how long exactly? Oh, sorry, I'm tired.
Years. Hard to fathom, I know.
What have we been doing all that time?
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after that?
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
Were they though?
No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash. An Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are.
She curtsies.
Welcome to reality, baby.
What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
You do realize that I can't remember anything, right?
Your jaw clenches. Give the lady a taste of your wisdom.
I asked you, who are you in all this? I would have thought a medical solution sounds like the Seraph drove those people, man. Would have killed more, 400 million if that's what it took. Billions must die. I would have made off with the mineral rights. I don't know what I would have done differently. I could have just... Who are you?
And I asked you, past-less detective of the Citizens Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
Here's some wisdom, lady. Say the death thing.
Well, Half-Light is really egging me on, you know? I would have killed more, 400 million if that's what it took.
The cold runs down your spine as you say the words, like a small electric charge that seeks grounding.
I see. 1/10 of humanity. The key of history is in the lock. Keep turning at any cost.
So if 400 million is 1/10, then that is in total 4 billion people on Earth? At any cost, until humanity is free and the age of capital is past, until this insanity's crushed and Revachol reigns as suzerain forever, we could just kill ourselves. Until it's all mine, every pigment-drenched black leaf of money in Revachol, until the middle class, the gentry, and the workers are all gone and the age of man is over. Oh, that's an interesting one.
The wind stops, and for a moment, there's silence. The cold dissipates into your parietal lobe, like a dissolved bullet. All is quiet on the Martinez Inlet. A dog barks. A gunshot echoes off the walls of some distant building. A woman's voice.
Hello?
The age of man is over.
Oh, fuck off, Shivers!
Over. That's entropolism, the very height of late modernity. Evacuate this world. You may prove a truly modern man yet.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
Yeah, put that in your ex bio, Kim.
And what is your official position, Lieutenant?
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Wait, he's older than me? No. Is he? I don't know.
Understandable.
Okay, I don't care about who got shot in the head and who got the mineral rights. Enough about the times.
They are what they are. Who knows?
He's 43.
An afterbloom may yet come.
I don't know how age works if he says that he's too, to be honest.
Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Fuck, none of this is helping me with this question. Reach for something fundamental. That's all for now.
To have been of assist-
I remembered that I have something new to wear. Tie. Which gives me Volition and Inland Empire, which is basically an upgrade. A slender bolo tie held together by an antique clasp in the shape of a bird skull. The skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's staring at you, but you can't look away. Looks pretty good, actually. Looks pretty good. Why am I not wearing my fucking peepo? Because I needed perception earlier. Oh. Alright. That's better. I need Jamais Vu. Revachol Special Administrative Region, Le Caillou. The Insolidian Ocean. Coalition Government. Insolidian Mission Command. Name after name and none of them is familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. I feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. Truvon, the Apricot Company, World Games 34. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Grant you the corner, see if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all the forts. The one you truly must complete. I'm gonna finish the fucking game without it. That's right. But for now, I'm gonna forget the fucking Revacholian nationhood because fuck this shit. Oh god, this sounds so final. I might save before I do that. Where was it? Here. No! Yes! It keeps killing me! It didn't abort my quest. I can still turn back the wheels of time. Alright.
You're back. Good.
Actually, I'm done with... I don't know. Can we actually think about something new immediately? Precarious world? Temporary research bonus. All red checks fail. That's not a good thing. Seems like the point of this game is victory, the absence of defeat on all fronts. We've what about the... I could think about Arno van Eyck. Just for a quick moment. I really do not advise picking the precarious world right now. I'm dying. Why are you dying? Please don't watch the video I sent yet. You aren't interested in who is looting your country? What kind of fascist are you? What do you mean? I'm not interested in who's looting. Like, do you mean the mineral rights? Man, you know what? I'm like some kind of half-assed fascist. I'm just in it for the hate. Arcane is gaslighting me. Would be kind of hilarious, but the video would be hilarious of thinking about the precarious world. I'm gonna think about Arno van Eyck.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards.
No, I'm not gonna try to seduce her right now. What else were we trying to do, actually? We haven't done these yet. Check the boardwalk for bullet traces. Why have I not done these? This is what I set out to do, really. Let's do these real quick. I need some experience so I can level up my perception again so I can do the Zona quest. Your envelope. No! I'm not gonna get my gun. I'm not gonna think about the most important thought I could ever think. None of this. I'm not gonna do any of this, okay? And I'm still gonna finish the game. Gonna gimp myself. How is possible? Is this the boardwalk that it wanted me to look at? Stop messing with the coin view and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. What about the bin?
There's some tear.
No. Which boardwalk was it talking about with the bullet holes? Mr. Era is helping him find his gun. It's just that he is not helping Mr. Era. I am tricking Evra. Okay, level with me here. We need to get somewhere where the music is less loud. Can we get that, please? No. The game just keeps bumping up the volume. Okay. It was south of the Phil building. Okay. I'm tricking Evra by telling him that I'm gonna take on his quest by actively taking away his envelope to get what he wants. And not doing it. I'm basically stopping him in his tracks. Do you realize where I'm going with this? So I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. You may or may not, but definitely should want to get Mr. Ross. This reminds me, didn't I get like a logic thing earlier? Can I interact with it? Or did I only... I didn't unlock the logic. I just got more logic cap. Right. We're gonna have to end the stream soon, by the way. I need to take a piss desperately. As well. Is this the boardwalk that I'm supposed to be looking at? Like, this? No. But this boardwalk in general? Yeah.
There's no way the perp is in here,
Yep.
officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Can I try to get in though?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points.
Thank you for the experience.
And dangerous. Dangerous too.
Kim, do you think she's in here and point to the boarded up building?
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Nothing more to do here then. Who cares about the gun anyways? No one messes with a bull like you. That's right, I'm a bull. And I can be your bull, baby. Do you have a wife? Where's the bullet hole stuff I'm looking for? You need to improve your logic. I am trying, yeah? I'm actively learning about the world, which in turn will help me improve my logic. Okay, what other places are there that I need to look for bullet holes? Maybe the island and Land's End. What the fuck is the Land's End? This map isn't really helping, I have to say. Island you can't reach yet. What the fuck? Spoilers? Land's End is far north point. Far north point. The bunker?
An old door, worn by elements.
Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
He blows on his fingers. Did I... Apparently that wasn't it.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. The wind picks up. Fine sea foam lashes your face. It feels like needles. You can take it. Just raise your collar, detective. In the distance you can hear the breakers roar.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Maybe the campfire was used. Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there. What about the cigarette butts? Maybe he climbed it.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
He looks up, raising his collar.
He looks like he's cold out here at the tip of the coast. The jacket is warm, but not for this weather.
Kim, you look cold. Maybe a thicker coat or maybe a little pilot cap. I think a pilot cap would look cute on him.
No.
How do you respond to a pithy no like that? He's just not into pilot caps, it seems.
All right, I shrug. I look over the water to the whirling rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the wave-crossed bay, through heavy, dark grey curtains of rain, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender.
You should have offered him the piss friend jacket. Fuck, I done goofed. Note the cigarette butts.
Smoking, drinking, being happy and elated. Without you. Because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work.
Okay, what about the butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
Emil, that did go nowhere. Maybe the campfire was used by the... It seems like I need to go through all of this. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year.
He looks around.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
I finished my thought. $25 points away from like unlocking a skill point in perception. Wait, can I even level up perception further? Yes, I can. Okay. Where's the fucking boardwalk that I'm looking for? Is it a boardwalk that Joyce is on? No, surely not. That's the Felt Building boardwalk? Really? But I've been there like 3 times. And it hasn't popped up the visual calculus thingy. Oh, whatever. Oh, Kim went the other way. Maybe it's... No, I can't even go behind. The game gave you hell hunting for it. Maybe I need to find Ruby first so I can get up on the roof or something. Got the same problem. Gotta be around the nets somewhere. Which nets? Description of the locations could be more helpful. If only I'd paid more attention to when Visual Calculus was talking about it. I think that would have been good. Can we talk to the kids about the locusts, actually? I mean, we know where the locusts are, but... Yeah. We have found a jacket. Oh!
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
I leap towards it and clasp it in my hands immediately.
It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron. How disappointing.
I can't believe it.
Right? You'll have better luck next time, though. The phasmid, Finding it is your destiny.
Give the dream of discovering the Insulidian Phasmid a rest for now.
Mister, what were you doing in my fireplace?
There was Phasmid in it. I was trying to catch it.
Oh. Okay.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Okay, so apparently where I found the jacket is where I need to be for the bullet holes. You cannot have the boardwalk nest checked yet. Don't waste your time. Did you look it up or? Why is this misleading? I just need some experience points, guys. Like, I need to level up my perception so I can do the sooner thing again. I mean, yeah, this looks like a boardwalk, and this looks like there's something here, really. What are these? You played the game. Okay! I get it. The boardwalk nest is the Felt building. I spoiled the game. Well, if Bayview is spending at least 30 minutes running around like a headless chicken. The one in the basement. What are you guys talking about? Where do I get experience from then? I don't have that many tasks left, actually. Click on Kim and ask him about the case. Did I not ask him enough? Find booze and drink it? That will give me experience, surely. It will fucking kill me. Fuck. Shit. Get 2 signatures for a round. I don't want to do this. I don't. Can we talk? I might get some experience out of you. You should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Okay, forget it.
A moment passes.
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Come on, Lieutenant, open up a little.
If you insist. What do you want to know?
You don't look like other people. Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have like conversations with like your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So do you know, I tap the side of my head? Or you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages.
You don't actually need to do every quest. I know, and I'm not actively trying, but I kind of want to do this quest now because Amiel has said, oh, if he gets it without knowing about whatever the fuck, I forgot what he was saying, I'm gonna be so mad. So I kind of want to make Amiel mad by solving the Sooner quest, even though I'm like a babbling retard, you know?
You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
That makes him a binoclard. Completely uncut material, if you say so yourself.
I'm not gonna call them a Beano. Glasses are cool.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
Tell me a secret.
No.
Oh, you even got a little animation for that. I ask again.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order.
Ooh.
Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. It's like you're locked down.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
His authority is so good. I give up. There's nothing I can do. He out-authorityed me once more.
His eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
That's all for now.
Good.
Tell me about the case. Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
What did your preliminary information say about it before you came here?
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you?
Yeah, brief. That sounds good.
3 days ago, The RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
We didn't know anything about the... Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They, classier as we've come to suspect, didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Of course, yes, I understand everything now. Doesn't understand anything.
Just to be clear,
Oh!
We are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
All I need for now.
Good.
Alright, I mean, I'm like at 15 points away. Are there any checks that I can do? Wait, is this open? Why is this white? It's open right now. We're gonna do it. Why did it open? I don't care. I'm gonna take off my people and listen again. Anything else, like perception-wise? Didn't get any new items that give me perception, did I? Sooner, I want to listen to it again, okay? Like the third time or something. Wow. Maybe finding the melody for Egghead unlocked it. Come on, it must happen now. Surely 83%.
Everything
oh, thank God. Even though I rolled a 1.
Like
was so close. Okay, this is like the defining scene that we get for today's stream.
And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
Sooner, and I take off the headphones. What if you just need a better sound system?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
The Speed Freaks.
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
Well, Mr. Lieutenant, inspecting the damage done to the arabesques.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
You don't shut down the disco men. They could help with the speakers.
You mean the speed freaks?
Close her eyes as more dance music invades the holy silence of the sanctuary.
Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
They would if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Great, I'll go talk to them.
Sure. Let me know how it goes.
That was really boring. A prayer book has been left open. Thank you for telling me, I guess. And this will close like 3 quests. This will help me with Acel. This will help me with Noid. Someone's home away from home just like yours. Huh? This will help me with like everyone here, really.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I'm here to talk about the church.
Yes? What's the deal?
I managed to convince Suna. She's okay with you guys moving in, but on one condition: she needs the speakers for a project.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of anodic dance music.
The speed freak smiles, happier than ever been before. You're going to have to share space for a couple of weeks until she gets her research finished.
That's fine. We can manage.
He grins excited. I'm glad I could help.
We appreciate it. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later. Let's get moving.
Andre waves to the other speed freaks and then leave the tent. Is it actually gonna advance the time? Or... let's just go to the church immediately? Can I still do the Egghead quest? I hope so. Wait, who that? Is that a cell? Is she not wearing the head anymore? Can she give it back to me? Can we wear the people again actually now that I did this? Kind of feel cold without it. Gonna bring Rabbit Call together? I don't know if I want to bring it together.
Yes, what is it?
How's the project going? I see that your neighbors have moved in, but all I hear is Nordic dance music.
What? What did you say?
She leans closer, eyes knit together in a puzzled expression. You can barely hear over the thumping bass of her Nordic dance music. I said, how's the project going?
I can't hear you. The music is too loud.
Okay, let's get to the back room, then you can give me my money. Was a Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines reference. She shouts, pointing at the enormous speaker that's churning out the sound. The project, how is it going?
Oh, the project! It's not going well.
Her face lights up for a second before she gives me an exaggerated handshake. Why?
There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Why don't you just ask him?
He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekukata. A place to be, apparently.
I'll speak to him, see what I can do.
Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes.
She does jazz hands to mock him. Don't you mock, egghead. No, are we signed yet, actually? Are we synced?
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
Looks around the hall, examining carpentry.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed
Yeah.
this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
I have no authority whatsoever, my friend.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Spreads his arms looking around at the speed freak setting up shop. It's the first time he sees them, right?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely.
Why is he sweating so hard?
A cell using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass.
These kids got spunk. I admire that. Better here than in the tent. I shrug it wasn't safe. Genuinely into the hardcore life, so you wouldn't understand. I'm a corrupt cop, Kim. This is a corrupt scheme. I did it for mankind, for all of mankind. Actually, these kids got spunk.
Okay.
Lieutenant keeps it laconic. Now, what do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Their bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
Rubs his hands together. How old do you think this church is? Over 300 years? What style of... Why am I asking him these questions? What did he mean by dead bodies? I don't like the glass work, and I point to the stained glass window.
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye.
That's her innocence, Dolores Day. Mind your words.
You defend her, law minion.
That's me.
She was a mass murderer. What's up with that?
Freaking beast? Was she really? He cracks his neck.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love.
Mass murder on the floor.
She's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here. She's pretty. Like, who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days? The resettlement programs were totally okay. I'm a big fan of resettlement programs for some reason. I do feel there's something terrifying about her. Would you say she was, human? Done talking about her. She's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. Seeing her glass cutters and iconographers, you set the standard, alright? Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
It's anything but softcore. It's terrifying.
You may be onto something, Copperman. She's got those mass murdering hips.
Also childbearing. Who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days?
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder. Likewise, no one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her.
Would you say she was, human?
I like this question, Copman. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator.
Oh, wait, is Dolores Day, was she a real person or is she like a deity?
That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that.
She was a player. She played us all. It's just a game to her. I hate this too, and I point to myself.
Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
The young man lets go of the suspenders and hit his chest with a slap. There's something terrifying about her. She was a real person, but was she a human?
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying.
No, don't do that. I feel like that's a bad idea.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
Take it down, crash it, destroy the window. Keep it. Keep the beautiful sharp shots. Keep her long face and her hair. See nothing, stick roomy. Keep it.
The speed freak's eyes narrow with suspicion, as if he's looking at a man possessed.
Well, that's me.
It's not coming down. People are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing. Plus it keeps the cold and the rain out.
She's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
Holy shit, Noid, you're getting too deep here.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
I feel like you know more than anyone else I've talked to before, certainly. I'm done talking about it. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Okay.
The younger man appears constantly worried. It's just the way his brows are built. The worry never leaves his face. Fucking hell, Noid. Let's talk about something else, please.
Sure.
I take care, my friend. I need to... Jesus.
Arno van Eyck. Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revachol, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and discarded part of the song he was working on, just threw it away, and then it ended up in the hawthorn tree. But why? Did he think it was retrograde? It wasn't. Perhaps he caught a glimpse of the future and did not want for it to arrive just yet. Perhaps the city whispered the top line to him, and he was frightened by it.
All Motorix white checks are now unlocked and reveals Arno van Eyck gig posters in the world. Which I don't know what they do, but I take it. We're gonna save for now. We need to end. Been one of the longest streams today, actually. Not too long, but long enough. We did finally do the church quest after all, at least part of it. So, YouTube, that was Elysium, part 25 or something, I don't know.